on the live stream. I'm sorry you didn't have my cool little introduction for tonight. We'll just have to take it as it comes. I'm Chris Q. Murphy. Let's go ahead and do this thing. It's been so long since I've been out on the water. Well, I've been thinking about taking up fishing to get some time away. Contemplate the differences in my day-to-day. Probably do more fishing than catching, but that's okay. I've been thinking about taking up fishing. Well, I've been thinking about taking up fishing. That's what I tell myself. Take that old rod and tackle down. That's not the right lyric. I've been thinking about taking up fishing. I say it every year. But people roll their eyes and snicker every time they hear. It's probably just another excuse to buy some fancy gear. But I've been thinking about taking up fishing. Thinking about taking up fishing. Because it's been so long since I've been out on the water. But that endless tree line my mind can't erase. Just the wind song and the silence after. I can't remember when this quiet felt this safe. I can't remember when this quiet felt this safe. Well, I've been thinking about taking up fishing. That's what I tell myself. Take that old rod and tackle down off the shelf. Cause if it ain't fishing, then it's something else. Fuck it, anything else. Yeah, I've been thinking about taking up fishing. Thinking about taking up fishing. Thank you and happy Tuesday, folks. It is Tuesday night. I am your host, Chris Q. Murphy. This is the Tuesday night live stream coming at you live since God knows when. And I will keep coming at you live with fantastic guests scheduled all the way from now, at least until the end of May. And from there on out, even further, if you have some guests that you'd like to see interviewed on the show, please do send them in my direction. I would be happy to bring them on. That's a song called Thinking About Taking Up Fishing. It was on some album I put out at some point. I don't remember exactly when. But I will say that speaking of putting shit out, I'm supposed to be doing the promotional junket for my new single, which dropped a few weeks ago. I know a lot of you out there have watched the video, shot and created by Gary Malfa. It's really fantastic. It's for my new single, No Sand, which has a B-side if you haven't checked it out yet, by the way. It's called Mr. Tree, and it's fucking sad and schmoopy, and you should really dig it. I'm going to be re-releasing this single with both of these songs as an EP later on in the spring, except instead of nice solo guitar versions, they're going to be fucking fully fleshed out and reimagined versions of the same songs. A little experiment, if you will. Even the same fucking vocal takes, just kind of remixes by the composer himself. Now, because I'm in the habit of trying to do things as correctly as possible, I'm going to go ahead and play the new single right now. If you know it out there, please feel free to sing along, the audience. If you don't, the link is in my bio on one of my things. Here's a little song called No Sand. I'm actually going to stand up tonight. I'm on my phone and not my computer. I'm feeling kind of old school. I'm feeling kind of punky, and that works well for this song. Here we go. It was sooner than I thought it was gonna be, but saw my sadness still got the best of me. caught me with my heart hanging out. And in the moment when I owed an apology, I looked down and my pockets came up empty. I guess I'll have to pay for this in blood. And I hope I still have enough. No, I have nothing to give anymore. Nothing's washing ashore. No man's junk nor treasure. Yes, I've dug deep, and all I see is sand. And even that slips through my hand before I can measure just how much is gone. Tell me, how can you measure just how much is gone? So singing praise and gratitude's gonna help you out and remind you that you're not just a pilot out, but you can only try so long before you give up on the song. I try to paint a picture of despair for my friends and foes, but I scare them by it being too on the nose. Cause with abstract art, don't you know, you gotta bring your own shit to the show. And I have nothing to give anymore. Nothing's washing ashore. No man's done no treasure. Yes, I dug deep, and all I see is sand. And even that slips through my head before I can measure just how much is gone. Tell me, how can you measure just how much is gone? You're too tired to hear me out. Too tired to hear me out. But can you see me? Cause I'm standing right here. So come on and have a look. Cause you can't find us in a book. Come on and take me by the hand. We'll make love up here. I can't do this on my own. We'll make love up here. Yes, we'll make love up here. Cause I have nothing to give anymore. Nothing's washing ashore. No man's junk nor treasure. Yes, I've dug deep, but all I see is sand. And even that slips through my hand before I can measure just how much is gone. Tell me, how can you measure just how much is gone? Woo! Feels good to sing that one loud. Oh my God, it's been a minute. I've been whispering all week long. I've been speaking silently all week long. I've been singing quietly all week long, and it's kind of driving me crazy, I just realized. To not be able to do things as loud as you need to do them when you need to do them loud. Whew. That felt fucking good. Oh my goodness. Hi, everybody. Listen. Whew. I have to catch my breath there. It's great to see everybody out there. It's great to see people hanging out. Whew. Just a minute, I'm going to bring on this week's guest. I'm so excited. I'm going to be 100% frank with you. An hour ago, I didn't even know if this show was going to happen. It's been a bit of a week for me and for a lot of people. I feel like there's a lot of shit going on, a lot of stuff making me crazy. And I keep adding stuff on top of it, thinking like it's somehow going to make it magically better, which is just absurd, right? I'm participating in February album writing month. It's this thing that you can do as a songwriter, and there's a website membership. It's not like totally incredible or fancy, but it's something to do. It's got a social media component so you can follow other people's progress and they can follow yours and you can see your friends. The idea is that you write an entire album's worth of songs in the month of February. And because it's 28 days and they figure you can write a song every other day, you're supposed to write 14 songs, even though everybody knows that 14 songs is way too many fucking songs for an album. I mean, maybe if it was 2000, 2001, and you had to go to the fucking store at the mall and spend $18.99 on the new fucking Backstreet Boys CD, you needed 15 tracks on that shit to feel like you were getting your money's worth. But like, listen, Kanye told us albums have 7 songs on them. And while we might not all prescribe to the genius that is Kanye West, even though he's a fucking shitbag of a human being, albums are maybe getting shorter. And I don't have to have 14 songs to make it an album. But the challenge for February album writing month is that you write 14 songs. And so I'm trying to do just that. And it's making me a little crazy. As I've said so many times in the show before, I've written so little in the last 10 months. I've written like this compared to my normal output. Not that I'm fucking Mr. Prolific or anything, but in the last 10 months, I've written like, well, for the beginning of fucking quarantine pandemic shit, I wrote one song in like 6 or 7 months. And then like I eked out a couple of other ones by friends prompting me. And now I feel like I'm getting in a groove. But man, writing 14 songs in a month, this shit's going to be cray. And I have 2 that are done and one that is 90% done and one that's like 50% done. And I have some recordings. Anyway, it's making me wild. I don't know why I keep adding more shit to this, but I keep adding more shit to my life. And as a result, everything feels impossible. And I think that that's a topic that's going to come up time and again tonight. Because I think that my guest also feels like sometimes things are fucking impossible. Not because, you know, she's any worse or better than any of us as human beings, but because she's an honest human being that's willing to roll with the punches and let it be part of her artistic process. Let it be part of how she interacts with the music that she makes, the music that she promotes, the music that she teaches, and the music that her friends make. The music that she so lovingly supports and puts her own energy and weight behind. So this is somebody that I've been happy to know through the big city folk community over the last couple of years. We haven't done any actual bills together, and I'm not really sure why. But I've been excited to watch her play from time to time. I've been excited to get a third-hand gig playing cover tunes at a bar in Staten Island, which I thought I did really well at, but maybe it didn't happen through her. At any rate, I'm going to shut up now. And as long as I click the right buttons on my phone here, I'm super excited to, where are we? To bring Alethea onto the show. And you're there. We're both there. Oh, my goodness. Welcome, welcome. How you doing? I can't. Oh, wait. Did I mute you or did you mute you? One of us muted you. I'm not sure who did that.
I muted myself because my cat was crying. And I didn't want that to be part of the performance, you know? I thought it wouldn't be so good. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm like you said, I'm overwhelmed. I think I've talked to a lot of my friends recently and they are too. And it's just kind of the way things are. And yeah, trying to learn to be zen in that turmoil, in that confusion, you know, in the constant, like, are we getting vaccinated? Like, yeah, you got vaccinated, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, but hopeful. I'm definitely hopeful. I'm excited with the vaccine. I think we're getting close, you know?
Yeah, I as a public school teacher, I was in the second wave of people. I guess I was 1B. So I got my first shot a little less than a month ago.
Yeah.
My wife and I are going to get our second shots this weekend.
Okay.
And my mother-in-law, who is 70 years old, who lives with us and helps take care of my kids, she was in the same wave because she's a senior citizen. So she got her first shot not too long ago.
Nice.
So we are feeling incredibly optimistic about those things in my household. And we're hoping that enough people step up and, you know, get the shots when they can. And we hope that the people giving them out can make this a little fucking easier on people without as much technological access and or like people that aren't under 50 years old. But that's a different discussion for a different
day. That's a very important discussion, though. That's something. We must discuss.
Are you pounding the water as well?
Yeah, but you still gotta.
You know, I accidentally stopped drinking this pandemic.
Accidentally? How?
Yeah, like it hasn't been a problem in my life, and while it has been a problem for generations of people in my family, it's never been something that I've worried about, and it's never been a big part of my life.
Yeah.
But like, I would drink socially, and I like gin and I like beer.
Yeah.
But at some point, there was like some week in the pandemic when I was like, you know, the beer and the Prozac have generally been fine together because they have been. The only thing the Prozac doesn't like in my body is wine. Prozac and wine, I feel like a golden god in the moment. And the next day, I'm just fucking angry. I don't know what it is
Interesting.
in the wine that does it, because I can drink hard liquor with Prozac, no added effects. But I was feeling particularly shitty and irritable for like a week and a half. And
Yeah.
I've been taking my meds and nothing else had changed. And I ran out of beer. And I always had beer on the live stream, so it felt like more like a fucking show. And
Yeah.
I didn't have any. And then the next week before the show, it was just a busy couple days, and I didn't make my normal beer run over the weekend.
Yeah.
Where I was going out to this cool little brewery on Long Island that was doing curbside service.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really cool. And like they reopened pretty quickly, and they converted their model from like a growler club thing to like a canned thing really quickly, and they were doing curbside. And my friend lives out there, and he's like, "You check this place out," called 27A Brewing. And I was like, "All right, I like good beer." So my kids and I, just to get out of the house, would get in the car and drive 40 miles out on Long Island. Yeah, well, I mean, it's not like
Come
I
on,
was
kids, let's go to the beer brewery.
They knew where we were going. It wasn't a secret. It was like, we're going to get daddy beer and get us like fucking hot chocolate or French fries or milk.
No, my one friend, well, yeah, I shouldn't say that. Yeah, some kids are exposed early, let's just say.
Yeah, I mean, again, it hasn't been like a big part of my life, but the kids knew. They were like, oh, we're going to go in the car. We're going to go for a long drive. We're going to listen to an audiobook. Daddy will probably take us to get milkshakes or French fries at a drive-thru. Everybody wins, and Daddy's going to get his beer that he likes. But for 2 weeks, I didn't have it. And for those 2 weeks, I was decidedly more chill.
Oh.
And
yeah, actually, it does affect your emotions, I think, in multiple ways. It's a chemical reaction, you know?
Yeah?
Yeah, that's what I've realized, recently about the human body is it's chemistry, you know?
Yeah.
Complicated chemistry.
My God, I struggled so much in chemistry when I was a kid. It seems like a distant memory now. But at any rate, I didn't have beer for a couple of weeks, and I felt a little less like an asshole. And I was like, this is absolutely, I think, the only thing that has changed. So I'm going to roll with it for a minute. And I've saved money on beer.
Yeah.
And I've never been like the hang out at home and get plowed in front of the TV person. It's always been like, I'm going to my friend's show and we want to hang out until 2 a.m. So we're going to drink a lot of beer.
Yeah.
Seeing as those shows don't exist, but you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope it's sad. It's really sad, but I do think they'll come in creative ways, you know? And there's you can perform on the sidewalk now, right? So
I was in parks with my band all summer. It was great. The amount of times that I would show up to a park with my trio, and we were excited. They were like, we're going to get the prime spot in this park. We're going to have like an open rehearsal. And if people stop and watch, they can Venmo me some money. And there were a couple of times where we rolled up to parks and another band had already taken our primo spot. And we were like, 1, fuck you, that's my spot. But 2, we were like, music in the parks is so real and happening right now that just like we might have competed for Friday night spots at XYZ venue a year and a half ago, I'm now competing with some other jazz trio for like the primo pedestrian intersection at XYZ Park in Bay Ridge or Williamsburg. It was a really wild moment.
It doesn't matter like what it is. It's like once people figure it out.
Yeah. So I aside from this week or this month or whatever being a bit of a clusterfuck, one of the ongoing themes on my show has been talking about how, as creative people and as performers, we have handled this last bunch of months and how it either has or hasn't made its way into our lives as songwriters and performers. And the answers have really run the gamut. So I got to ask the same question I ask everybody. What has the era of COVID and quarantine been like for you as a songwriter?
As a songwriter, definitely improved, I think, my songwriting.
Right.
Yeah, because I had to. For me, I'm a very busybody and very social, so I'm the same way. Like I was always out and I think I ran myself into the ground a little bit too, but I never had the silence or the space to really like get deep into the songs and make them rich enough and complicated enough, you know. And I've been taking a lot of courses in production too, so I'm finally hearing things I never heard before, like other instruments and other licks, and then I'm like, oh, this is why, you know, my bandmates would get mad at me and be like, oh, write more than 4 chords, which is funny because all the songs tonight will be 4 chords. But yeah, no, I think we as humans need silence too. We need time to rest and we need space. And I was kind of forced to rest through COVID, which isn't, you know, I mean, I don't think it's a good thing. We need each other. We need things to be open. But I think I'm hoping we all learned that we need rest too, right? So
absolutely,
yeah. So we'll see what happens to New York when it reopens. Everyone's gonna be like, "Do I go?" Yeah.
So your songs are better. Would you say you've been writing more as well because you've had that chance to live inside your head?
Well, I'm always inside my head, first of all, but
you are a songwriter.
I know we all are, right? No, I think. Wait, I don't remember your question.
I said, now I know that you feel like your songs are getting better. Do you feel like you're also producing more than you were before?
The quantity. No, actually, because I'm recording all of them, and that's taking forever.
Yeah?
No, I'm not. I'm spending a lot of time learning how to record and how to play to a click, you know? So, unfortunately, the prolific side is not as much yet.
Where have you been taking classes?
Well, shout out if anyone sees this from Triple Threat artists. So there's something called Triple Threat.
Okay.
Their whole philosophy is like you should learn how to produce too if you want to like be part of the new, you know, wave of music, I guess, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm really lucky. Like Josh Doyle, if he sees this, I don't think he will because he's so busy, but he's taught me a lot. And just working with a lot of producers, they've been really awesome and helping me hear things. There's a lot to hear. Yeah. So it's been a process. I don't know if I'll ever be a producer. I don't know if I have the right, patience level, but like, yeah, it's good to know some of those skills, you know?
Right. And had you done any like home recording or anything like that before, or were you coming into this kind of as a complete novice?
No, I've done it before. Like I was starting to use Logic Pro, but not like this. So I'm in my closet and I've set up, there's foam. Like I literally went all out, and unfortunately with my walls, it doesn't stick. So I'm having trouble. I have to get the right adhesive, but like, yeah, I got this mic. I had this mic. But I learned a lot of things, like with the guitar, you want to have it between the sound. When you're recording guitar, you want it between the sound hole and the 12th fret. That's right. That's right. Yeah. I didn't know that, so that's new. So yeah, I guess I'm taking it more seriously now, but it's not completely new.
Well, and a completely tiny piece of advice. Yeah. I think that hot glue.
The problem is it's not my closet. I can't, like, I'm temporarily here.
So here's the play. You buy some cheap ass or steal some moving blankets, like U-Haul style moving blankets. All right. Okay. You can literally like just nail them to the wall like you nail a painting to the wall, which you're allowed to do in any rental.
Okay.
But they already do a little bit of soundproofing on their own.
Yeah.
But what you can do is you can hot glue all sorts of acoustic paneling
on the blanket
to the moving blanket, and then you'll always have that to hang.
Yeah.
In whatever your living situation is.
Yeah. I love that, and what I love about this is this. When I got this in the mail, it was tiny. It was like the size of, because it really comes together, right? It was like literally like. Oh, it was so small, and then it came out. I was like, "Whoa!" Nice. So that's helpful for moving too, I think.
That is cool. I'm about to go on to like a soundproofing like little production space project of my
Right.
own where
We can do
I'm
that.
hoping that I can turn the little shed in my backyard into the place where I do this show and I do recording. So I'm gonna have to hit you up for the best prices and location of buying acoustic paneling.
Yeah, I think I still have the link where I got it, so I can send it to you. You just need the
Awesome.
plants. You can't do it without your plants.
Yeah, you know, the plants are key. I am tempted to say that I've green screened them in, but I can tell you, no, they're actual
They're
plants
real. Oh man.
that live behind me in my magical little space here. So we are here to talk about songwriting and songs. And
Okay.
so before we get too deep into anything else, which I have the habit of doing, these are supposed to be 1 hour shows, but they sometimes go a lot longer than that. I would love it if you would just play something for us.
Okay, yeah. Let's do
Can you
it.
do that? All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to get out of the way. I'm going to get myself off this screen and just leave it to you so you can do your thing. I'm going to make sure that I get your
Can you
information
hear
up there. I can totally hear that piano.
Okay, great.
Awesome. But yeah, I gotta find that. Where's that? I want that. No, I don't want me. I want you. Nope, I don't want that either. Where did you go? Where did you go? Oh man, I'm used to doing this on my computer. How do I make you on my phone the solo guest? I want to make you the most important person and not me. I don't want me. That's me. I don't want me. I want Alethea to be on this thing all by herself, and that's not working. Solo layout. Oh, there you are. Let me shut the fuck up and get out of the way. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Tuesday Night Live Stream with Chris Q. Murphy. This is our musical guest and everything else guest, Alethea. Please shut up.
Okay. Awesome. So yeah, my name is Alethea. This is one of the newest pieces I wrote. I can talk sometimes. So yeah, I hope you like it. I think it speaks to anyone. Oh man, any kind of deep emotion that you could have, right? I had thought about writing this about so many different things, but of course, I think love is the easiest thing to write about sometimes as a songwriter. So it's called Cry. I'm up at midnight, trying to wipe the sleep from my eyes. And I just can't sleep without you, baby. And I just can't dream without you by my side. And I wanna cry, 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 cry out your name. And I wanna cry, 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 cry out your name. All I do is I'm at the park. Oh, we used to swing. They squeak and creak. Now I'm in pain, and I can't think without you, baby. And I can't breathe without you by my side. And I wanna cry, 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 cry out your name. And I wanna cry, 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 cry out your name. All I do is baby, should leave this alone. Babe, I know, gotta let this go. Babe, I know, I should leave this alone. Babe, I know, gotta let this go. I wanna cry, 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 cry out your name. I wanna cry, 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 cry out your name. But all I do is write. So that's kind of about songwriting, actually. All right, I guess I'll play another one, right, Chris? You there?
Yeah.
Like, did you disappear into the plants? All right. I have to play the piano because I'm kind of stuck with the piano right here. So I'm gonna play an older song. It's called Plastic Dolls. And it's kind of about all these jobs I had in New York, and how I was never the perfect fit. On a sailboat of life, we're cruising. Wish I could find the fight. I'm losing. Just tell me who you'd like me to be. Maybe I'll find her at the store. I was hoping we could make memories, but I guess I'll ask how much she's for. And you can tell me that it's nothing at all. I'm nothing at all. But I can see in your eyes there's something I know. I'm trapped against the wall. You say that I'm nothing at all. I was hoping I could get a promotion. I was working so hard every day. They said I didn't wear the right clothes, I didn't smile in the right way. I was hoping I could make some more money, I'd fly us away to an island. You'd be there, you'd be waiting for me, and we'd have lots of money to spend. And you can tell it all, it's nothing at all. I'm nothing at all. But I can see in your eyes. Oh. You say that I'm nothing at all. You say that it's nothing at all. What would happen if I spoke my mind? What would happen? What would happen? And I will tell you that I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, I am. It's just that I'm not your baby. I don't come in a plastic can. I'm not made out of plastic. I've got thoughts of my own. I'm gonna work real hard, 'cause someday I'll be home. Okay, I had to remember that one, but there you go. Yeah, I had so many jobs in New York. I can tell you about it. It was pretty nuts.
Tell me about it. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, I worked, I don't know, 40 jobs. I don't even know, like 20 jobs in 1 year, maybe. I was one of those. So let's see, what did I do? I coached soccer for a bunch of different organizations.
Really?
And that was interesting. I missed that a lot, actually. And then I worked at the front desk in some places. I was a soccer referee. I walked dogs. Yeah, I was a cater waiter. I tutored kids. I babysat. Basically, any odd job, I would do it. And I made it work, you know? But I'm happy to be teaching music now. That's way more solid.
And where are you teaching music through an organization, or are you just doing it independently? Or
independently, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice to have organizations backing sometimes, right? But yeah. I love my clients. They're really amazing. So it's cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
If you ever want to get back into the soccer game, I might have somebody I could put you in touch with.
Okay.
The organization that my son plays for is pretty cool.
And, which one? I probably.
They're called Creativity Soccer Pro, based here in Brooklyn.
Oh, no, I don't know them.
Yeah, not a super huge organization. I think that they have a really good coaching staff, and they're just starting to get. They're not affiliated with anybody at the national level yet, so but they're getting to the point where they're starting to build up a little bit of presence in Brooklyn, and that's pretty cool. He's been playing with them since he was 2, and it's if you ever want to get back in the game, let me know.
Okay.
I'd be happy to push in that direction. So I know that at the beginning, speaking of jobs, of the world being shut down in the wake of not getting to play gigs, one of the first things you did, like so many of us, is you jumped right online and started doing live stream sessions. That was like your go-to. And I think for a lot of us, it was like a panic move because we're like, how the fuck do we do this?
I know, yeah.
I know that one of the things that you were really passionate about in doing that was the interview process, in addition to obviously getting to play your own songs.
Yeah.
So you had mentioned something earlier this evening about turning the tables a little bit this evening.
Oh, tonight.
And for a few minutes we can, just for fun.
Yeah.
Instead of me asking questions, you can ask questions, and then we'll flip it back, just because that's nothing we've ever done before. So you've had absolutely zero time to prepare.
Well, no, I interview a lot for those that are listening. We're doing a new series called Real Talk. So we'd like to talk about people and how they're getting through the pandemic. And it's been amazing. I've learned a lot. So Chris was telling me that he's a teacher, a school teacher. So I wanted everyone to hear about that, because that's pretty crazy right now. Can you tell us about that? Like, what's going on with that?
Pretty crazy is a good way to put it. I've been teaching for a very long time, so I consider myself super experienced in that regard. But even if I had double the experience that I do, I think there are a lot of things that I would not feel capable of accomplishing as a teacher right now, because there are just too many things going on at once. There are too many things to take into consideration when you get in front of a class. And as a result, teaching is one thing that I've felt confident and comfortable in for my entire adult life. Even though I've doubted myself as a musician and as a performer, as a songwriter, I've doubted myself as a husband and a father. The one place where I've always felt like I kind of have my shit together is in the classroom. I feel like from a social justice place, that's where I've always been my most effective and doing my best work. I feel like just in terms of making the world a better place to live in, I've made my largest contribution as a public school music teacher. And so many of the things that I lean upon as my strengths to make this practice solid are things that have been like ripped out of my arsenal just by virtue of like distance learning or remote learning, whatever you want to call it.
So what do you mean by that?
It's crazy.
Like what have you felt ripped from you?
The biggest one is singing. I do teach music. I've always taught music, but I don't teach like either the traditional band or choir program. I also don't teach the old school music listening, music appreciation thing for the kids that don't want to be in band program. Instead, I teach a class that I've always called functional musicianship. The kids that come through my class, yeah, we do music appreciation stuff. We experience music from different cultures and different eras, etc. And we talk about who that music is valuable to and why we like it and why we don't. But we also sing together socially. I mean, I don't mean that we sit there with scores in front of us and sing fucking Mozart, even though Mozart's a badass. I mean, like, we sing Otis Redding songs. You know, we sing Smokey Robinson songs. We sing Carole King songs.
Yeah.
And not only is that obviously a lot of fucking fun, because really, if the city wasn't paying me money, I'd just be at home singing Carole King songs. But it's something that I recognized. It's an ability I've recognized as unique in myself a long time ago, that I can get a 13-year-old boy to not necessarily stand up and sing solo in front of a bunch of kids, but to even open their mouth and sing in a group of people. Not because they're getting an A or an F for it, not because they're hoping for wealth and fame, but just because that's what we're doing today.
Yeah.
The kids don't know this, but the growth that they experience as a community, as individuals, by singing with other people is absolutely incalculable. And it's people come into my classroom, whether it's my principal or it's like, you know, district people that are just waltzing through the building. The thing they always say, regardless of whether or not they, you know, like the songs or like the subject I'm teaching that day, they always say, it's so nice in his class. Everybody looks so relaxed, and all the kids look like they're really at home answering questions and asking questions. And I think that my boss and other teachers think that it's like some weird mojo that I have. And it's not. The answer is because I make the fucking kids sing together. And there's nothing more vulnerable, aside from actual sexual intimacy, than singing with other people.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason, like it's a very powerful connection, you know? Like,
and we can't do that now. We can't sing together.
Yeah, actually, my friend, I will send you something. There is work being done to develop programs where there's no latency, so that so people can sing together now, actually, through the internet. So that's something that's being developed. I don't think it's perfect yet, but there are musicians that I was supposed to go look into that, so I'll send it to you. But
please.
It might work if the kids know how to use it. That's the problem. But yeah, can you tell us about like teaching with the computer? Like, what do kids do? Do they just turn off their cameras, or do they like
pretty much? And most of my kids have their cameras off. I teach 8th grade, and I've always taught middle school. I mean, I taught elementary school as well a long time ago, but I've been 8th grade music teacher for 23 plus years. So I know my way around the 8th grade, and it is absolutely no surprise to me at all that literally 95% of them, when given the option to have their cameras off, will have their cameras and their mics off. And it's a really hotly debated topic in the world of education right now, because in terms of teaching from a trauma-informed and compassionate place, it should be, kid, do whatever you're comfortable doing.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of asking children to like look upon the better angels of their own nature and challenge themselves to do better, there's part of you that wants to be like, no, we have a fucking rule in here. Your cameras are on. And it's even amongst my colleagues who already hotly debate fucking everything. It's an ongoing conversation. My son, who's in 1st grade, they're expected to have their cameras on at all times, and the teacher will call them out if they're not. Because 1st graders don't have that much agency, And in public schools, they're often given even less agency than they should have. So we don't have that policy. School-wide, our policy is that we don't have a policy about cameras and that kids only have to do what they're comfortable with.
Okay.
So I try to set up an environment where they're going to turn their cameras on. I try to set up an environment where they feel comfortable coming on mic and talking about things.
Yeah.
But it's still to the point where if I have 2 cameras on in a class of 25, it feels like a party. You know,
yeah, because no one.
Sometimes I'm literally, yeah.
Yeah. No, I know.
Like today, I found myself. I was commenting on kids' profile pictures today, not in a judgmental way, but like somebody changed their profile picture, and it like in any other school year, somebody would like come and tell us about some new artist they're listening to, or express a really cool opinion about a song. And I'd be like, oh, it's so cool that you think that. Let's talk more about that. Or if it's a kid that I know is really fashion conscious and really thinks about how they put themselves together. Like if that kid comes in rocking a new pair of shoes, I'm going to comment on it because I know how much they thought about that before they walked into the building that day.
Yeah.
Because they wanted it. And those are the kind of things I comment on. And now today I was like, oh my God, Valentina, you have a new profile picture today. Is that Squidward, but sleeping? And like, that's what the conversations are aside from actual content. So.
Yeah. No, I know. I think, I teach on Zoom too. And I get pranked though. Like they'll like make it so I only see like a tiny bit of their head. So it's like this much. They're like, hello, Alethea. And I'm like, I can't teach you how to sing if I can't see your mouth. Like, what?
Exactly.
I'm singing. And I'm like, I can't even hear you. And then it glitches out a lot. It's interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be good to be in person again for teaching for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I was supposed to go back on the 25th. My kids come back, and I should be seeing them 2 days a week, which is great. But I'm already very nervous. I'm totally pissed off about the fucking national conversation about kids falling behind, because fuck competition. And what does behind mean anyway? Fuck all that noise. The thing that I'm really concerned about is how much this pandemic has widened the opportunity and the achievement gap that already exists in this country.
Yeah.
Because my niece and nephew, whom I love very much, because they're my niece and nephew and they're fucking cool as hell. Like, they have like 43 laptops in their house because they live in an upper middle class home in the suburbs, and their parents have good jobs they work very hard at, but hello, white privilege, this is their life. They have everything they need. You know, whereas I have kids that are literally taking my class on their phone. And they don't want to put their camera or their mic on because they're nervous that I will see or hear their 3rd grade little brother or sister doing school at home right next to them, because they are responsible not only for their own studies as a 13-year-old, but also for their 8 or 9-year-old little brother or sister. These are the kinds of things that communities at risk, minority communities, and working poor communities have to like deal with, that have not been a part of the equation for so many people during the pandemic. And it's something that we already weren't talking about these communities enough before. Mm-hmm. And now it's going to be even easier to not talk about them because they're literally not there because they can't show up because they don't have the technology to do so. Yeah. And because people are so wrapped up in their own shit, because that's just how we are, that the white dominant media that continues to run stories is going to continue to run stories about how everybody is falling behind during the pandemic. And that's not really the case. In this case, like, no, all kids' lives don't matter. All educations don't matter. Don't say that shit.
Yeah, don't say that.
A lot of kids are doing fine.
Yeah,
my kids are doing fine.
Yeah, like, yeah. I think, yeah, I used to work with a community development, and there were kids like, you know, they're at risk, you know, they fit that description, and I'm just wondering if they have technology right now or what they have. I was curious about that. I don't know. I'm more concerned that there'll be like a lack of vaccine. Like that's the part that makes me nervous is the vaccine distribution, because education means nothing if you're not alive, right? So that it's just like So I'm hoping that it'll be way more accessible. It sounds like they have 5 different types now, maybe more. So yeah, I'm hoping it'll be. I think it will be. I think every drugstore will have, you know, the vaccine eventually. But
yeah, I mean they are. I forget what chain, but I think first week of March in many states. I forget if it's Walgreens or CVS. I don't even know. One of them is going to have XYZ number of doses to distribute. So, you know, I will say that when all these places suddenly were able to start giving flu shots 7 or 8 years ago, a lot more people got fucking flu shots.
Yeah.
Right. So hopefully now that somebody's going to be handling this that is used to like dealing with, you know, actual in the moment. It's Walgreens. Thank you, Ali.
I don't see any of like. I'm not.
Oh yeah, Ollie's in the comments. He says you were looking and sounding great, and he also says that it's Walgreens. Yeah, these are people that already know how to do on the ground medical care, like doctors and pharmacists.
And what is
all cool, insurance conversations?
No. I think there's a lot of programs too. Like where I worked, there were a lot of social workers that would come all the time, and I'm hoping that they will be able to administer vaccines too. Like, and I think they will. And I'm just hoping, I don't know, this is where like there's a way to develop policies where it, you know, the greatest good for the greatest number, right? Can happen. So I'm hoping that'll happen. Yeah, I definitely, I don't know, I'm hopeful. I don't know, we probably shouldn't go down the politics rabbit hole, but I just want to say the one thing is I am hopeful with new generations. I've noticed like a lot of my friends or younger people in my college or behind me that are studying policy, that they seem pretty competent, you know, so I'm hoping. Yeah. Anyway, let's not talk about that though.
No, I have a lot of faith in the direction that the general thought amongst I should say at this point, almost 2 generations younger than me are coming around with. It makes me very happy that there is a significant group of people that aren't only interested in real progress, but are interested in doing the kind of work it takes to make that progress happen in the political arena. Because there are some of us that are done with the political arena, and I'm glad that there are people that haven't given up hope.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. That's a great way of saying it. Yeah. So, do you want to play anything else about being a teacher? Do you want to play more? Or?
I want you to play more.
You want me to play?
You've done a lot of heavy lifting. This is supposed to be me interviewing you, and first of all, thank you for interviewing me a little bit, because apparently I have a lot of shit to say about this teaching.
Yeah, I was asking him, like, for those that are listening, like, I was asking him, because our mutual friend told me he's a teacher, and just being a teacher right now is crazy. So there's a lot, you know, it's worth talking about, I think, for sure.
It is, and I will talk about it till my face turns blue.
Well, move this piano.
Yeah, let's turn the desk back around too. Welcome back to the Tuesday Night Live stream with Chris Murphy and Alethea, who's also helping me do my job tonight. Alethea played us 2 fantastic songs before that didn't need any more chords than they have, so don't even bring that shit up. Seriously, I love them.
Okay.
There's a directness to your writing that I really aspire to. I feel like I obfuscate. When in doubt, I obfuscate. And I feel like you're going right to the heart of the matter. And I think that a lot of us as writers could learn a lot about really just going the direct route, because both of the songs you played before are absolutely fantastic. Do you want to say anything about the songs that you're about to play before we play them, or do you want to play them first?
Yeah, I mean, the first one, I'll just say, it's really funny performing in a closet because it's like, nah. Anyway, the first one's called Free Falling Girl. So I came out with a music video with real dancers in New York, and it was amazing. And yeah, so I tend to play this one a lot. I like this one. It's also 4 chords.
Stop just claiming your shit. Ladies and gentlemen, Alethea.
All right. I want you to see my ladder in my closet. All right. 1 second, guys. You haven't played something in a while. It's hard to remember the second verse. Not the first verse. Can you hear that? The guitar?
Yes.
Okay. I've seen the straight and narrow, the giants fighting for sleep. I've seen the strong fight victorious, the weeping of the weak. I've climbed the tallest of mountains, across the darkest of peaks. I wish I could be different, but I was born to be free, 'cause I'm a free falling girl. I can't cling to anything. I don't fit in this world, 'cause it don't make sense to me. Don't make sense to me. I've seen the warfare of the masses, lies, poisoning cheats. I've seen so many places, but nothing's held the key. I've loved so many men, but none of them love me. I wish I could be different, but I was born to be free. 'Cause I'm a free falling girl. I can't cling to anything. I don't fit in this world, 'cause it don't make sense to me. Sense to me. Don't make sense to me. Don't make sense. Don't make sense to me. Should I go? Just tell me something, please, 'cause I don't know. I don't know. Should I go? Please tell me something, please, 'cause I don't know. I don't know. I'm free falling girl. I can't cling to anything. I don't fit in this world, 'cause it don't make sense. Don't make sense. Yeah, so that's about that kind of describes me, I guess, as a person, how I feel. Not all the time. I actually have two more. One of them's short, but what do you want to hear? I have an angsty one, and then I have they're all angsty, I guess. I'll play one more.
Play them both. Play them both.
So one of them's called Never Enough. And I won't tell you who it's about, but it's about a person. Oh, can't you just let me be? Also, 5 chords. I know I'm going to stop that. Right. Can you just let me be? Can't you see I'm fine? I don't need your sympathy for you to follow behind. I don't need you to call me, ask me how I am. If I need you, I'll call you. Can't you understand? It's never enough. Never enough. Oh, can't you play these games without me? It's never enough. It's never enough. Oh, can't you do these things without me? I don't need to tell you where I'm gonna be. I don't mean to hurt you. Can't you just let me be? I don't need to tell you. I don't remember the words. Where I'm gonna be. If I need you, I'll call you. Can't you understand? It's never enough. It's never enough. Can't you play these games without me? Yeah, I kind of messed with that one. All right, I got one more for you that my bassist loves. This is for you, Dan Martinez. I don't know if you'll see this, but I'll show it to you. It's called Wait. I'm gonna pull up the lyrics. It's been a minute here. I walked right by you, saw that look on your face. You couldn't see me through that foggy glaze. And you can see me. You can't see me. I'm going through. 'Cause you always you just take from me. I try to sing out the air reverberates. It's like I'm trying to crack open some love in a world full of hate. You just walk by me, and you can't say what these eyes have said. 'Cause you always make Don't you have my number? And no, try to reach you. Can she take a hint? Don't you have my number? Just take from me. Sorry guys, I was like, yeah, anyway, that's called Wait. So I need to run and get a
No
power.
apologies.
Well, I'm apologizing because I'm like
apologies.
writing with my guitar and trying to remember. And then one of the strings is out of tune. I can hear this shit I never could before. And now I'm like, oh no, the E string. But yeah, let me just grab my power cord. Then Peter's about to die. So
Yeah. Grab your power cord. Do you want another crack at that song? Do you want to do that whole shit again? Because you can do it.
Maybe.
All right, that's cool. Now I will say, while Alethea's getting her thing, getting her power cord, I don't usually do this because this show is usually all about songwriting. But in the form that I give guests to fill out before they come on, I always say, is there anything of mine that you want to hear me play? Because a lot of them are conversant with my songs. Alethea did not ask to hear any of my songs tonight, but she did ask me to do a Billy Joel song. And I'm going to go ahead and grant that request right quick while she gets set up. She didn't say which Billy Joel song, so I just got to pick which one I wanted, which is a somewhat obscure album track from 1980s Glass Houses, which is actually my second favorite Billy Joel album. I don't think it's very hip to say that you even have one favorite Billy Joel album, let alone have a second one. But I will say, the hipster cognoscenti are going to come around to Billy Joel. I predict within the next 2 years, everybody's going to be all about fucking Billy Joel. They've already done their thing where like Phil Collins is cool, and I think right now a thing is happening where hip people who like to be retro are like, Huey Lewis is really cool. Again, I think they're going to come around to Billy Joel. So anyway, say it again.
He's amazing.
He is. His hits are undeniable. I think he's kind of a shit of a person. But I think he beat his wives less than John Lennon, if that's a barometer we're going by these days.
I didn't know that. I would not have picked him.
Oh, John Lennon is John Lennon's the real piece of shit. But Billy Joel. Anyway, I'm gonna play this song because I'm not playing Billy Joel. I'm playing this song. So the song called "Sleeping with the Television On," and it goes like this. Well, I've been watching you waltz all night, Diane. Nobody's found a way behind your defenses. They never noticed the zap gun in your hand until you're unaware somebody's senses. All night long, you're only senses out of the waiting, they're good to come on. You'll be sleeping with the television on. I'll get the next chorus right, I promise. You say you're looking for somebody solid here. You can't be bothered with those just for the night, boys. Tonight, unless you take some kind of chances, dear. Tomorrow morning, you'll wake up with the white noise. All night long. You're only standing there because somebody once did something wrong. And now you're sleeping with the television on. Your eyes are saying, talk to me. But your attitude is, don't waste my time. Your eyes are saying, talk to me. But you won't hear a word because you think it might be just some of that same old lie. This isn't really easy for me to say, Diane. You don't need to know anybody's protection. I really wish I was less of a thinking man and more a fool who's not afraid of rejection. All night long, it just be standing there because somebody's afraid that some good will come on. You'll be sleeping with the television on. Your eyes are saying, talk to me. But your attitude is, don't waste my time. Your eyes are saying, talk to me. But you won't hear a word because you think it might just be that same old line. All night long, you're only waiting here for somebody to say, well, the good to come on. You'll be sleeping with the television on. Sleeping with the television on. Billy Joel, ladies and gentlemen. Where'd Alethea go? All right, so I granted that one very, very weird request. Oh, so Dr. Matt Ucia in Pittsburgh says that supposedly Billy Squier is big with Pittsburgh hipsters drowning in irony. I do not plan on playing any Billy Squier songs tonight, or maybe ever. I mean, I love Billy Squier his music appearing in the film Billy Madison, but beyond that, anyway, I'm going to get Alethea back on the show, and unless she is some reason she doesn't want to come back on the show. Oh, thank you for letting me know that. Good. I knew you were out there somewhere. Let me add you back to the stream. There we go. And we're back. You got that power thing worked out? You got your power cable good and going?
Yeah, good to go. I want to see. I haven't seen any. Okay, cool. Is Rebecca here? Okay, awesome.
Yeah, Bex is here. Ollie's here. Dr. Matt Ucia. Checking in from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Big supporter of the show. Also, everybody pick out Dr. Matt Ucia's new book of poetry that came out a couple weeks ago. Anyway, The Red Glass Cat, totally awesome book. So, yeah, I tried to play a Billy Joel song, and I realized I didn't know it as well as I thought I did. So tonight's just the night we forget all the lyrics to these songs. So, maybe next time you come on the show, when we're both a little more, I will, like, really prepare.
Will we ever be like that, though, do you think?
Say it again?
None of the best people will ever be like that.
You know what I mean.
I know what you mean. I'm just like,
I'll do a better Billy Joel cover for you.
Well,
one that is a little more inspired than just some rando album track off an album.
Who wrote Uptown Girl?
Oh, Uptown. Whew. I'll totally date myself now, and I don't mean take myself out to the soda shop. I got Uptown Girl on a 7-inch as a very little kid in South Plainfield, New Jersey. It was one of the first records I ever had. I forget what the B-side of Uptown Girl was, but I remember in one record store haul, I got 3 7-inches that day. I got Van Halen Jump / House of Pain. That was the B-side. I got Weird Al Yankovic Eat It / That Boy Could Dance on 45. And I also got Billy Joel Uptown Girl. But I can't remember the B-side. I'm sure somebody out there is sleuthing it on the internet and will tell us in just a minute. But yes, Billy Joel is a deep part of my musical DNA. Since I'm a Jersey guy and not a Long Island guy, I more grew up kind of worshiping in the altar of Springsteen. But that's problematic for a whole different issue that at some point I'm going to have Matt on the show to talk about. Anyway, so Springsteen's a problematic guy. Anyway,
No.
Yeah.
I gotta learn.
So you have a single coming out in a couple
Oh
weeks.
yeah,
Right?
yes. It's very exciting. It's coming out Valentine's Day, and it's very danceable.
Oh.
So we're trying to make people dance on Valentine's Day. I'm actually editing a video together, really people dancing. So if you want to be part of that, let me know. Hit me up. Actually, you should be part of it.
You want me?
If
you want me dancing in your video?
Anyone, yeah. I want the more people, the merrier. So
right,
yeah,
you send me the track. I will dance. I'll put on a special outfit and dance for you.
Yes, that would be great. Yeah, so it's called Real Talk, and it's about telling someone how you feel. Yeah.
Well, germs and ladies, if you look at the screen, you will see that I have Alethea's social media handle waiting there for you. And if you know me but don't know her, and you haven't followed her, well, get your shit together and give her a follow, because that's how we do things around here. If you were here because you know Alethea and you're a fan but you don't know me, hi, I'm Chris Q. Murphy. Nice to meet you. Go ahead and give me a follow on the socials, because I do this show every Tuesday night, and it's usually pretty fun. Alethea, is there anything you want to tell the universe? Aside from the fact that you have a single coming out.
Yeah, single, Real Talk. If you type Alethea in Spotify, Alethea, all caps, you'll find it. And we're excited. So that's coming out Sunday. That's a big deal.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm
Is there anything else you want to tell the world?
Huh?
Tell the world something. This will be on the internet in perpetuity.
Real Talk. The world. What to tell the world? I don't know. The first thing that came to my head is be grateful. I don't know what that's like. I guess we can all, yeah, there's still things to be grateful for, even though it's horrible out in the pandemic. But I mean, I guess my real talk, I will say, is I've been going through some medical stuff that's been pretty intense. Oh, that's interesting. That happened. But yeah, I would just say that, like, really take care of yourselves, take care of your body, and your mind and your spirit, and know, that you're valuable. You are a valuable being, and to remember that and to treat yourself like that. That's my message. In the darkness.
I love it. That's beautiful. I don't want to put anything else. And the lights are back on. It's so dramatic.
I know. No, but there you go. That was interesting. I don't know how that happened. But yeah.
Well, Alethea's going to get her internet show going again. Alethea's going to put her new music out. And I think that come June, we're going to have Alethea back on the show. And both of us are going to be in a magical headspace and ready to really shine some light on the world. In the meantime, thank you so much for coming on tonight, Alethea, and doing this thing and hanging out. Thank you to all my guests, old and new. Make sure you come back next Tuesday to see me and my friend Anthony Kapfer, who is a comedian and musician, and just only the second cis white dude that we've had on the show since August. Yeah, we're working hard over here. So we're gonna head out. It was good to see everybody. Have a great week between now and Tuesday, and I'll see everybody on the other side. Much love, everybody.